Welcome back to the Where You Lead podcast.
Yay!
I'm Cassie, I'm the mama.
And I'm Zoe, I'm the daughter.
And we're just so happy to have you back here with us for another week. The whole reason this podcast started up was because Zoe and I are kind of a real life Lorelai and Rory. I watched the Gilmore Girls and fell in love with it many years ago, and I decided that when Lorelai and Rory planned their Europe trip, that sounded like a ton of fun, and I wanted to do the same thing for Zoe. And I've been saving up for about a decade now, but it's coming up. It's getting close. And it was time to actually start planning it. So I went to Zoe and went, what if we did a podcast discussing Gilmore Girls episodes?
And I said, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All day.
All day. Yeah. And so we are going through all the episodes that lead up to Lorelai and Rory's trip, and it'll line up for our trip. And so you guys will get to plan it with us and then just have Gilmore Girls fun. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Woo.
And so I believe we're on episode 7.
We're on
7 minutes in heaven.
Season 1, Kiss and Tell. Not
But-
7 minutes in heaven.
No, because that's...
Did you ever play that in high school?
We kind of tried, but like... It wasn't in high school. That would have been like a middle school game.
Ew.
But it was mostly spin the bottle.
Yeah.
That was
and
kind of the main
I
game.
never hung out with boys when I was younger, so every spin the bottle game I ever played through elementary and middle school was just with other girls.
I mean, that's probably better.
Yeah, I learned something about myself those nights.
There you go, girl.
Yeah. Also, I want to say really quick, I'm sick. I caught a cold last night. I was out in the rain, so I'm going to try to be pulling away to keep my heavy breathing out of my mic. But if you hear me in the background, don't mind it.
Oh, princess, you feeling really sick.
I'm feeling really sick. It's hard.
Probably because you were out in the cold for 2 nights in a row.
Yeah. So
Why don't you share that? It's our weekly check-in. Share what you've been up to this week. You've had a lot going on.
Okay. So yesterday was my best friend Miley. Hi, Miley. It was my best friend Miley's birthday. Happy 17th, my girl.
Happy birthday, baby.
Woo. So yeah, we had a few plans. We met up. So my friend group is a group of 4. I have Mika and Miley, and then Mika's older sister, Mason. And we've been best friends for years. So Mason is a bit older than us, so she actually has her full license. So we all drove out to the spaghetti factory and got some food. And that was the only money I was planning on spending tonight. I paid my ticket for Fright Nights, which, if you don't know, is just like a horror amusement park kind of event where you go into haunted houses and stuff. I paid for that months ago. So I wasn't supposed to spend any money tonight except on dinner. And at the spaghetti factory, we get good deals. You get a soup or a salad with it. Get a drink.
We're big spaghetti factory stands.
Yeah, you get an ice cream. So it's kind of worth it. But after I got my food, which was chicken tenders, by the way, very good.
Yeah, not spaghetti.
Not spaghetti, because their spaghetti's ass.
No, it's not. It's delicious.
I don't like their spaghetti.
But I do, so sponsor us and give me spaghetti. Anyways,
Sponsor
go ahead.
us and send us only spaghetti. No. So after that, we went to Fright Nights. We got in, and it was fun. It was pouring rain, which I was the only one that actually dressed for it, so that was good. And I caught my cold there because it was soaking wet, and I just covered my mouth when I spoke. Sorry. I'm so sick. Yeah, I was soaking wet. I had rain everywhere. It was so cold. I was so sick. But I was like, okay, I'm not feeling good. I had dinner hours ago. I need to get some food in my system, or else these rides are going to kick my ass. Mm-hmm. So I looked and I saw a pizza sign. Now, if you've eaten at Pizza, you know that they're supposed to be pretty affordable, So I walk up, not realizing I'm at the P&E, so it's not going to be affordable. And I ask for 2 pieces of pizza and a fuse, which is iced tea, because I need some sugar. And my bill came to $22. $22 for 2 pieces of pizza.
That's actually fucking crazy.
And a juice. And that's like on the cheaper side of what I could have gotten at that park. And there was a huge line behind me, and the poor girl was getting rained on. So I wasn't about to say like, oh, actually, sorry. Because she already pulled out the pizza for me, got it on some cardboard. She probably would have had to throw it out if I
will
didn't
transfer
want it.
you the money for your pizza.
Really?
Yeah, I will.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I went from $300 for my last paycheck to like $60.
Yeah, you've spent a lot of money.
Well, also, I had a birthday coming up. I had events, and because of that, my friends and I were going to movies, eating out. Like, it's a busy month. October is exciting. And I should have like around that amount of money to just spend how I want throughout the month, and then have more money to put towards like savings. But I don't make good money on my paycheck.
No.
So
that's why we're going out Tuesday.
We're going out Tuesday.
We're going to find you a job.
Yeah, because before all the birthday stuff, I was having such a rough week. So many rough things. I won't go into it. Breakup stuff is still hard. But I found out from the job I really, really wanted to get, and the only job I've been excited about, that they didn't call me back because they didn't want to hire me. I called them, and that's basically what they said. They didn't say it in a mean way. She was a bit condescending. But they just told me, they're like, yeah, honey, if you didn't get a call back, it's because we didn't want to hire you. And I was like, okay.
I know. I can't believe that's the way they worded it. It was so rude.
Yeah, it wasn't nice. Like, I know she threw the honey in there to soften the blow, but sometimes it honestly makes it worse.
Just say, sorry, we've already hired enough people.
Yeah.
Like,
but she's like,
honey,
if you didn't hear a call back, it's because we've already hired people that we were more interested in. And I was like, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Because I didn't have my serving it right. Because
You're supposed to get that this weekend.
Yeah, I have to get that too. I have served before, like at Chuck E. Cheese, so I figured I did have my serving it right. But
even still, you can get that literally in a day.
Exactly.
So
the day that they would call and tell me like, "Hey, we can hire you," is the day I could have gotten my serving.
I got my bartending job before having whatever, I can't remember the thing you need for like being a bartender. It's not just serving it right. You need like an extra thing.
Yeah.
And I got that overnight, but I was already hired. They're like, just please make sure you have it within the week.
Exactly. That's not bad. Like
that's really frustrating.
From a
I'm sorry.
customer service job, and I had a customer service job before that, and then I had a job working with children with disabilities before that. So what about my resume isn't interesting to them?
Yeah, maybe they were trying to look for people that weren't actually in high school. Like I know the manager said to you, like, oh yeah, we hire high schoolers, but maybe they were just trying to find people that had.
But that's the thing. The person who was gonna be looking at my resume highly encouraged me to bring mine in and use a girl who works there as an example who's younger than me and has zero experience, who was working there.
Yeah.
So she used her as an example, like, yeah, we hire teenagers, like we need people to work in, so hand in your resume. And that got me really excited.
Yeah.
So why would she say that if she hates me?
Like,
I'm
girl,
embarrassed. I'm not going to eat there again.
Okay, well, you don't need to be embarrassed. She does not know your name. She wouldn't put it to a face. You're fine.
She does. It's on my resume.
Yeah, but she was not going to put, you're fine.
Anyway,
but you had a good weekend.
I did have a good weekend. My best friend loved all her gifts. I made her gift ladybug themed.
It was very cute.
I was very happy with
Zoe
that.
is, well, our whole family is pretty good at it, but she's very exceptional at gift giving in the sense that she crafts things with it. Mm-hmm. So everything has a purpose and has like a neat little theme and a craft that goes along with it, even if it's the way that you open it up or the way the gift bag is presented. She's always been really good at that because she is a teenager, or then before that was a kid. So she's not like she makes a ton of money for gifts. And
I
so
also want people to like know I care.
Put 100%. It's not just the money thing.
Yeah.
That played a factor
but the
in
money
it. In
thing
the
is definitely
it plays a part in it, right? But you're so thoughtful, and so I hope that even as you start to make more money,
Thank you.
that you never lose your you're generous, yes, with the gifts, but you're also generous with the time that you put into the gifts. You're very thoughtful. So I hope you never lose that even once you make money and stuff.
Girl, when I start making more money, it's going to get even more extravagant.
Oh, girl.
I'm excited.
Save your money.
At the dollar store with Miley's gift, I spent like, I don't know, it was $30, and that was just on decor. And before that, with Mason, when I did have more money, I spent $60 on the decoration portion of the gift.
Yeah,
and
she puts a lot of thought into it. She's done some really cute things for my birthdays too. I've woken up and she had strings all around the house. And
Happy birthday.
Yeah, and the strings, or was that Mother's Day?
I
Either or.
think that was
and I had
Mother's
to
Day.
follow the strings, and each one got me to a new little gift of one of my favorites.
That,
and
Frozen short film.
Yeah.
That came out a while ago.
Very cute. You're very sweet.
Thank
very
you. And
thoughtful.
I did that week of birthday gifts and events like Rory does for Lorelai.
Yeah.
And girls.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
spoils me.
I was thinking about that necklace I got Grandma to buy for you all those Mother's Days ago. The heart one. It was Pandora. I think.
Yeah.
And it had a little image of you and I in the middle, or like a little like thing of a mom holding a daughter.
Oh, where is that?
I think you lost that years ago, but that was my first like big gift to you, and I think I was 5 years old.
I'm a terrible mom. Where is that?
Oh, it's gone, girl. I haven't seen that in forever. I only remember what it looks like because I remember seeing it in a magazine and pointing at it and asking Grandma to get it. I think it was $60 at the time.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I was reminded of it because Winners has something very, very similar in their jewelry case right now.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm going to go rummaging through now, but
I've
you're
looked
right.
through all your jewelry over the years.
I
It's
wonder
just
where
been
that
like-
ended up. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm not upset about it.
I'm upset
Jewelry
about
is
it. I
very
should
easy
have
to lose.
treasured that
Maybe you
forever
did
and
put
ever.
it in one of your
Like a memory box or
boxes, 'cause
something.
You got quite a bit of those.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
Anyway, Mom, how's your week been?
Oh, it's been good. It hasn't been too bad. It was a long week and it was tiring, but nothing like bad happened. And I went to the pumpkin patch yesterday and had apple cider and then alcoholic ciders and I
Ooh.
pet baby goats,
Yes.
which is always the highlight.
love a baby goat.
And I got a pumpkin so that we can carve
My
freaking
mom
pumpkins
hates
together.
carving pumpkins,
I
but I guilted
hate
her this year.
Carving pumpkins. I don't
love
like.
carving pumpkins.
One thing I think will help because I had to carve pumpkins with my program people.
Yeah.
Was I wore gloves. And so, because
You
I
don't
don't like
like
my
the
hands
feeling
feeling
of it.
wet and goopy. I hate it.
Do we have
I
an
absolutely hate it.
electric saw still?
I think we do. David was saying, he's like, I've got tools.
Because it was fun the year we did it in your last marriage where he used his saw to cut it
That's
open.
true.
You liked it more then, too.
Yeah, it might be a bit easier. So we're going to carve pumpkins probably tomorrow,
Yeah, I
getting ready for
guilted
the
her.
holiday season.
Because
And
it's my last year at home, and I was like, oh, we're not going to carve pumpkins.
you might be home next year, okay? We don't know.
I know, but that's what made you say that you would actually carve
We don't know,
pumpkins with me
okay?
this year.
And seeing as this will be probably, we might have an episode before Halloween, but just in case it doesn't happen, what are you going as? Let's share our Halloween costumes, then we should get into the episode.
Okay, so with my breakup, I wanted to have, because I'm doing 2 costumes. I did 2 costumes last year, which you told me, Mom, you said I didn't do 2 costumes last year. I did.
What did you do?
I did Limp Bizkit
Oh, that's right.
and McLovin.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They were
'cause
both really good.
I was supposed to have 2 different Halloween events. So this year I wanted to do 2 costumes as well. So I'm doing Janice from the Muppets. Janice is the female hippie, I think, bassist in the band.
I know, right?
Yeah, like totally tubular.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm actually not excited for these costumes the same way I have been other ones. I think in previous years, I spent more time leading up to Halloween planning these ones. So next year, I'm going to go more all out. But we're doing Janice. And then I was going to do Hungry Caterpillar because that's cute. That's unique.
Super cute.
But I don't know. It just didn't excite me the same kind of way. And with the breakup, if I do end up going to a party, which by the looks of it, no, because my friends and I have not been invited by anybody. Yeah, it's okay. If I do end up getting invited to a party, I want to look cute. I want to look sexy. For
100%.
boys my age, I'm 17, last year of high school. I want to put myself out there. I want to feel desired by other people other than, because this boyfriend of mine was the first guy to ever show interest in me like that. So it's the first time I went, oh, I'm pretty.
You're so pretty.
Now that we're not together, it's kind of, I guess, solidified my name in the dating scene out here because I do have a lot of guys actually following me on social media and trying to hit my line now that they know I'm not with someone.
Hit my line.
Yeah, and I'm not interested in them. But I don't know. So Hungry Caterpillar I wasn't feeling it. And now I'm going as a ladybug, which is kind of basic.
But they're a good omen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone actually gives a shit that my costume on Halloween is not super unique and different, then they can leave my house because I'm not going to a party. So why are they at my house?
Why are you at my house?
Get the fuck out. That's
What is
crazy.
going on?
Yeah. So
Well, I think
ladybug.
Janice is super unique and fun.
It is fun. I'm gonna make a guitar out of cardboard or a bass. I don't know what she plays. She plays something like that.
Yeah, it's hard. You can obviously I've started to try and doing that too. You lose the magic of things as you get older. So
Yeah.
you saying oh, these costumes haven't felt as fun. It's because you are getting older, but it doesn't have to be that way. And
And I've
even
seen some other costumes now that we picked Janice that I'm honestly more interested in. So
yeah,
it's just
next
one of
year.
those things.
And
yeah.
I'll always help you. We do for Zoe's whole life. I have done Halloween costumes big.
Yeah,
for her. We've done
huge.
some impressive costumes. I
Maybe we
did.
can post that to the Instagram for you guys to see.
Yeah, I did her Vanellope, and we actually built her a car. We did Alice in Wonderland, but I had her actually inside the
In
house,
the house, I think I
with her
want to
arms.
redo that one.
peeking. It's
Coming up.
cute.
It's really cute.
We
we did Vanellope Von Sweets from Wreck-It
I just said that
Ralph.
one.
Oh,
I just said
I'm
that.
so sorry. I had to move away from the mic to sniffle, so I think I just missed that.
And we
My
built her a
headphones aren't
car.
working.
And the other one, when she was much younger, I made her Boo from Monsters Inc.
Oh, cute.
But I did with
When she's
Boo
in the monster
costume, and I built it out of
Big
a
puffer jacket.
puffy jacket and stuff. And I'm not a sewer, if I was in Drag Race, I'm a glue gun queen.
But she's super artistic. She
Thank
doesn't
you.
give herself enough credit because she doesn't sit down and paint and draw, because not all artists like are able to do that kind of thing. But my mom's a perfectionist, and when she puts her mind to literally anything artistic, it gets done, and it gets done well.
That's really sweet.
It's
Thanks,
the truth.
JD.
It's the truth of the matter. I had a dream last night I was in Drag Race, actually.
That's super fun.
Super stressful because I was the only cisgender woman there, and I was the first cisgender woman to be on Drag Race. So
Do you know
the pressure was on.
Do you know that there is one on Canada's Drag Race this year? A cis woman, but she also does drag king and drag queen stuff.
Interesting.
The list of contestants on Drag Race Canada this year is insane.
Drag Race Canada has always felt more inclusive in that.
It's way better, and we've got 2 Vancouver queens.
Oh yay! Do we know any of them?
No, but the one is very Jimbo inspired in the sense, like very unique
boobs.
and no, not big boobs, but like very unique and clown like.
I like that.
Super cool. They have a mustache. They're really cute. I can't remember their names, and one
More
of them
Jimbo or more Crystal Method?
One of the
Crystal
other
Method
ones
does,
looks
like-
more Crystal Method.
Okay.
But there's some that are beautiful. And then there's one that's actually really famous on TikTok called Saltina.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even know that she was Canadian. And so it's a stacked cast. Stacked. It's going to be so much fun.
That's so
there were
cool.
so many. I was like, I'm into all of it. And then, the final one is the cis woman.
I love
yeah,
that. Okay,
she's so cool.
She stole my spotlight. I inspired her.
Or maybe you like
because
you predicted.
I did predict it, but it was really stressful because I didn't have money. All the other contestants stole all my crafting things for me to make my outfit, and all of the wigs I brought were trash. But you want to know what I did do in it in hopes that I'd win, because I never got to the competition part.
What?
I made my drag name like Cassandra Frisky.
Thank
and
you.
I did all my
That's
makeup.
my name, by the way.
My face like transformed into you.
Crazy.
And I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to channel my mom, because I found this purple and pink ombre wig, and it was huge. And I was like, well, I need to play a character. I don't know what kind of drag queen I am, so I'm just going to channel Cassandra. So I did big purple makeup and like the lipstick like you do, and I painted on
that's so cute.
the beauty mark.
I'm like an icon.
Yeah. And then
Aw.
you sent me to an asylum for having schizophrenia.
Oh.
Because we're learning about schizophrenia in psychology
That's less
class,
fun.
so I'm really afraid that
I wouldn't do that if you were dressing up like me. I'd be very flattered.
No, yeah, you just thought I was crazy and you were crying. You were like, Zoe, we need you to come home. And then you sent me to an asylum.
Okay.
Anyways, that was the dream.
We are now 20 minutes into this podcast and we have not talked about Gilmore Girls. So I think we're good. We've caught up.
Well, I just woke up, so I haven't had a chance to really talk to my mom
Yeah,
much today.
this is her visiting with me, actually.
And she just gave me a coffee, so that was your problem.
And my problem or my fault? My fault, and now this is my problem.
And now it is your problem.
Okay, give us the recap, girl. Let's get into this.
Okay.
Kiss and Tell. What was it called?
Well, yeah, just shut me up then.
I am.
We are on episode 7 of season 1 of Gilmore Girls. This episode is called Kiss and Tell, and it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Rory ends up having her first kiss with Dean at Deuce's Market.
Doses.
Is it Doses? They spell it weird.
Please keep going.
I wouldn't have been embarrassed,
No, this is
but then you
fantastic.
started laughing really hard. It's not that funny.
Keep going, please.
It's not that funny.
It's always that funny.
Oh, now I'm embarrassed.
Oh, don't be embarrassed.
Okay, Lake.
Okay, George.
Shut up. Okay, at Dosey's Market, and Lorelai finds out when Rory accidentally steals a box of cornstarch afterwards. So, to smooth things over, Lorelai invites Dean to movie night at their house, but this leads to what you can expect, a very awkward but eventually sweet evening. Meanwhile, Lane is worrying about her crush on a boy that her mother definitely wouldn't approve of. And that is the episode.
That is the episode. I don't think Lorelai found out from the stolen cornstarch.
Yeah, she did.
No.
Yeah.
No, she found out because she went to pick up a chair from Lane's mom's antique place. And the lady is like, your daughter is here kissing boys. And Lorelai's, what? She's not kissing boys. She goes, yes, she came in here and talked about kissing boys.
Oh, that's my bad. I thought the girl that Rory asked Lorelai if, like, did this person tell you, was the person from the store. I thought, like, Lorelai got called.
No.
Oh, I blacked out there. Sorry, guys.
Disassociated.
I'm so sorry.
You're not allowed to do recaps ever
I was
again.
making my present during the episode.
Okay, anyway, that basically sums up the episode.
The episode, not a lot of crazy stuff happened. And the
a
side
cute one.
plot with Lane wasn't actually a very big deal.
No, because the crush she has on, it's Dean's friend that we don't even get to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just the only other interesting thing that
Okay.
happened.
Well, let's dive in.
Okay.
We finally have Taylor Dosey in the house. Taylor Deuces. He is the owner of, and the mayor. I think he's also the mayor, runs the town. But he's the owner of the grocery store, and
I don't remember this at all in the episode.
Did you watch it?
I did, and I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay, he's in the very beginning bugging Luke about decorating his place with fall stuff.
Oh, I saw that. I thought he was just the owner of the market.
No. So Taylor basically is like head of the town council and all of those things.
Is he doing the pilgrim thing?
He does the pilgrim thing, yeah. Okay. And his feud or whatever with Luke is an ongoing part of Stars Hollow and Gilmore Girls.
Okay, because he was the one at the cafe getting mad that Luke isn't decorating.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
No, he was the one that was getting mad at Dean for not setting up the cranberry boat
Also
properly.
that.
Okay, that's what I thought you were referencing. Guys, when it comes to male names in this show,
I'm concerned.
I don't watch the show for the men. Like, that's
damn straight.
Yeah.
Say it loud for the people in the back.
For the people in the back.
We do it for the girls
and
the gays. That's it.
Why did that get so quiet? We were both looking at each other to see if we were going to finish it.
Anyway. So we've met Taylor, so now we're going to be getting more of that feud between him and Luke. Which is always super funny.
Yeah, they're finding more and more actors to play more interesting characters.
Yeah,
in the
and
background.
I'm glad that we got a lot more from Luke, which I touched on. Before we keep going though, soda or pop?
Yeah, it's always good. Sneeze. Hold on. Okay, I'm good. Sorry, you asked that right as like that chlorine feeling stuck into my nose.
So he's gonna sneeze.
I'm sorry.
You don't need to be sorry.
I'm not gonna sneeze.
I am keeping this in the podcast.
You should. It's funny.
Anyway, soda or pop?
Okay, I know as Canadians.
Soda pop. We're 25 minutes into this episode and still haven't talked about anything.
So
okay. I say pop.
We say pop. We're Canadian.
But David says soda. He's like, let's go get some sodies.
Well, we're Western Canadians.
Sodies. Yeah. Is it a
he's
Eastern?
Southern
He's Southern Canadian?
Southern Canada.
He's East?
He's down?
He's East Coast.
So he's...
We're about as south as it gets. We're on the border.
Which direction are we talking? Because, like, when we look at all of Canada...
David's from Ontario. We're west.
Western Canada.
Yeah, we're West Coast.
Ontario is eastern.
That I know, but you said southern.
Oh, did I say southern? Okay. I don't know where my brain is. I meant...
I don't know what's happening.
I'm sorry.
Okay, anyways.
I meant eastern. Southern's like Berta and them.
Yeah, so David says...
Okay.
Sodies. I think it's an eastern, not southern. Ontario or eastern Canada
Sodies
thing.
Is more Canadian than pop. Like, that's crazy.
Pop.
I think pop is good. I think soda makes more sense, but both just come from the big name, which is soda pop, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like
a really stupid question, actually, is what it is.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Let's move on to the real thing. How do we feel? Because I was mad.
No, I don't fuck with it. Excuse my language.
How dare?
I don't. That's not okay.
So what we are trying to...
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, what we're getting at is...
Not okay at all.
Dean should not have taken Rory's first kiss.
Dean shouldn't...
He just took it from her.
So for those of you that aren't clear on how the scene goes, which you should watch these episodes with us. It's very interesting. Rory goes to the market just so she can flirt with Dean. They've barely had maybe more than 3 conversations with one another. So she goes to have a cute little flirty conversation like one does. And as he's showing her what kind of pops they have, he asks her a question. And right before she goes to answer, he just swoops in and kisses her. It shocked me. I know it's called kiss and tell.
He has something she wants behind his back and asks her to pick which hand it's in. And so she picks one, but rather than it being the thing that she wants, he leans in and just kisses her. And I think it's supposed to be seen as cute and romantic because she walks away and she's shocked, but she's not upset about it. I would have been really upset. This is my first kiss, and we haven't even gone on a date.
It's not romantic.
It's not romantic.
Like
Your
some
first
people, they think that's cute.
no.
But no.
If it was my first kiss, I would want it to be like
Special.
by the door at the end, like in the rain, or I don't know, like
outside the store where it's like there's that moment of silence when we're both looking at each other and we both know it's gonna happen.
And it's after you've had like a date or something.
Not in the grocery store.
They've talked to each other a handful of times, and
it's
he's
just
always
not
been
cool.
weird.
Well,
Yeah,
it
I
just
agree.
kind of solidifies that idea of like, okay, so he is just a pervert. Like that's something Tristan would do. It's like what's on his mind is just kissing her.
Yeah.
Which isn't always a bad thing, but
I think pervert is a bit aggressive.
well, no, but pervert
definitely
in the way a
aggressive.
teenage boy is. You know, it's just like, okay, so this teenage boy just wants to kiss.
He just wants to get smooch on. His smooch on.
Yeah, so mommy, aka me, was really not okay with that.
Okay.
I did not enjoy
You're mommy
it.
now?
I'm mommy and poppy, actually.
Oh, all right.
If you ever hear me
not
refer to
not
myself
with
as
me,
that.
you're not.
No.
Please continue.
I always refer to myself as that with you.
Can you just keep going?
I'm mommy, poppy, you're my baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But that was really fucked up and gross.
Yeah.
I'm really not okay with that. Which part do we want to move on to next?
Well, so from there we move into Rory now going and telling Lane about it. And I really appreciate how reasonable Lane is. Like trying to say like your mom will be okay with it. Like you got to go tell her and talk to her about it. She was trying to be the reasonable friend. She is a way better friend than Rory ever frickin' deserves.
Oh, absolutely.
But I really appreciated that from
like
Lane.
The quote where she's like he kissed me, and then the mom of Lake comes in and she's like, who? And then Lane goes,
the Lord, Mom.
Yeah, Jesus, Mama.
Yeah, Jesus, Mama. It was
I think
so
that's
funny. She didn't fall for it though.
No, she did not.
She ain't a stupid lady. We think a couple things happened, but I saw something that reminded me of you.
Oh,
in the
thank
scene.
you. What is it?
The stand that they were both at for their little pilgrim party was a cornucopia stand.
Okay, shut up.
And I bet that brought back
okay, shut up.
really fond memories for you.
Shut up. So, okay. One of the reasons I want to do the musical that we were, got a role in is because
Which is The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Long ago, decades ago, almost 10 years ago now.
Decades.
Almost 10 years ago. In grade 5, we had a musical and it was The Wizard of Oz. Now, I auditioned for Dorothy and they didn't tell me there would be a piano playing for the audition, so it messed me up because I didn't know the timing of it. So my mom called the grade 5 teachers and she was like, "Can Zoe please get another audition?" She was really sad because I cried
a lot.
I cried in the kids' bathroom. It sucked. So they call me back. I fucking nail it. I did so good, dude. Oh. But then, you want to know who got it? The prettier one. The prettier girl got Dorothy, which makes sense. I was an awkward, gawky, not too great to look at 10-year-old girl.
That's not true.
But how are you going to cast someone that's taller than Tin Man and Scarecrow and Lion? Like, it just would have been awkward, whatever. So the pretty girl gets it. But they're like, Zoe, you were just so good. We want you to have a role that stands out. They give me Lullaby League. Now let me explain this. I am the second tallest girl in the school.
She was really tall.
I was like 5'3",
like
5'4"
a head
at this
above
time.
everybody else.
Everybody else. So I was the second tallest. The other girl who did not rugby, was roller derby at the time, also in my grade, she was the first tallest. We were very tall. They decide to give us both the roles of Munchkins.
In Lullaby League.
All of the other Munchkins are second graders at most. These kids are tiny. So not only are we just Munchkins in the background, no. We are Lullaby League. So we get introduced halfway through the Munchkin song. We come on stage, and it's us on either end, and then the shortest girl in grade 2 in between us. And we have cornucopias, pink cornucopias on our heads. And frilly pink tutus. Yep. And we did 8 shows of this.
Large
every
pink
night,
cornucopias. They weren't dainty. They were these giant
huge
pink cornucopia hats.
Because I felt beautiful in that outfit. And we rehearsed in those outfits. And it was the last day of rehearsal that my teacher gave us the hats. So every night of the 8 shows, people bursted out laughing every time me and this girl came out to do the thing. Because my teachers thought they were so funny putting the 2 tallest girls in the school as Munchkins. And when I came out, when my family was there, I heard all of them start screaming, start cackling.
Okay,
they all pull out
that's
their
not
phones.
true.
That is exactly.
We weren't cackling.
No, it was, because when I came off stage, all my friends said, "Did you hear those people? Did you hear all those people laughing?"
I'm sorry.
My uncle has the receipts. He has the video of him filming me with all of you laughing louder than everybody else.
I'm so sorry.
You started everyone laughing.
I did not.
You laughed before everyone else did, so everyone else started
That's not
laughing.
true.
That is true. You guys were the first people to laugh. I remember it. Because I remember hearing your, not your uncle's, his distinct laugh.
So, yeah,
first.
his was before mine. He started
You're
it.
still my family.
I know,
You
and
should've
that's,
stopped
we got to
him.
keep you humble.
Yeah, so luckily they're only hiring kids to do the Munchkins this year, but that was a really hard time.
So
for
now
me.
I can't see a cornucopia without thinking of my beautiful daughter.
Yeah, well, neither can I, okay?
so-
I wanted to be Dorothy. Like, what the fuck? That's so mean. I was the tallest girl in this school.
It was really unfair, but it was really funny.
It was really unfair. Like, I don't want to be the butt of your dumb joke, Miss Simpson. Huh? Miss Simpson?
Yeah, calling you out, Miss Simpson.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Were you suspended that year for throwing a ruler at a kid? Yeah.
Zoe.
You were.
Okay, anyway.
Don't throw rulers at kids.
We are going to move on now. So the next scene, or not exactly the next scene, but the next kind of thing that happens is Rory has now gone to quickly meet up with Lorelai in the diner, and Lorelai now already knows due to Lake's mom.
And she had a little conversation with Luke about it.
Oh, yeah. And I do talk, where did I delete that?
Yeah, I have some.
I appreciate Laura
on that,
finally having Luke to talk to.
About a situation like that.
Well, yeah, because all the episodes before, whenever she really talked to anybody for advice, it was Suki. And I'm sorry, Suki is lousy.
She's a child.
Like
Suki's a child.
She just kept getting distracted by food, distracted by other things she had going on, and giving really terrible, if not anywhere near relevant advice.
That's why it didn't
I love
ever
Suki.
feel like a
She's
good
funny,
friendship.
but she doesn't seem like a good present friend in that regard. She shows up for food. She shows up for events. Like, she's a good friend, but she's not a good talk to friend.
Yeah, one of the things with her character is it's not convincing that she's had this friendship over the course of these years with Lorelai, because if she had, she would be thinking more like a mom in these situations.
Maybe. She's just a pure ADHD neurodivergent
She
queen.
is, but it's like my art teacher's like that, but she still has like that, like those instincts in that way. And I think just being friends with a single mom who's always paranoid about her daughter, that kind of would have rubbed on that would have rubbed off on Suki, and Suki would maybe just be a bit more responsible during those moments.
Yeah, I agree. So that's why it was nice having her talk to Luke, who was very reasonable about the whole thing
That's
and
what
gave
I'm
great
saying.
advice.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, go.
And we
Say
mentioned it
Do it.
earlier, or like a few times in past episodes, because we kind of disagreed on it, where she was saying, "Oh, well, why wouldn't Rory tell me?" Mm-hmm. Hey, Lorelai, it just happened. I know that you need to, like, I see this with you all the time. It's like you need to be there. You need to be present. You need to understand. I felt that way very much with Mika throughout, like, the last couple years of our friend group. It's like if she went to someone else and told them before me, or something went on before I heard about it, I would take it very personally. Because it's like, it's us against the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm your person. Why wouldn't you come to me? Mm-hmm. But especially, like, as a young girl who, like, had her first kiss. I mean, you did find out right after, because I came back into the home. But I totally understand, and this is what Luke said to Lorelai, it's not that deep.
Yeah.
She's just processing it on her own. She'll talk to you. But it is Rory's life.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is her life, too. And she's just kind of keeping it to herself for now.
And she's
between her
figuring
and
it
her
out.
friend.
It is
It's still
hard to
the
let go.
first day that it happened. She will talk to Lorelai, but
Yeah.
it's also, she knows how her mom feels about teenage relationships. And she probably just doesn't want that kind of overload of advice right off the bat.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because that's always the thing that, like, before I would talk to you about something, because I would know what you would say. And
Yeah.
I knew that I would need it. Just not in that exact moment.
Sometimes you don't want advice. You just want to listen.
Yeah, and as a mom, you need to give advice.
I'm not always good at that. So do you think then when Rory sat down with Lorelai in the diner and Lorelai was clearly dropping hints, do you think Lorelai should have just outright said, hey, you know what, I heard about this thing? Or do you think she was right to just kind of leave it and hope Rory came to her? Because later on in the episode, Rory gets a bit annoyed. They move through it fast. It's not a huge deal, but
always
Rory
move
goes
through
like,
everything fast.
why didn't you tell me you knew? Like, you knew all day? And Lorelai's going, well, like, I was waiting for you to tell me. Like,
Yeah.
So do you think once Lorelai knew, she should have just said something outright? Or do you think she was good to kind of, like, dropping hints is kind of funny, but do you think she was good to just wait?
I feel like it's hard because when Rory came into the cafe, she made it clear, she's like, oh, I can't sit and eat.
Yeah,
like, I have to go right back to work. We lost a pilgrim today.
We're down a pilgrim.
I have the pilgrim outfits as best fit. I loved them. But it's like, it's like Rory had to go right back out and be with Lane. And knowing her mom and how the conversation would go, she clearly have been a good time to dish that kind of thing out and talk about it. And I know with you, if I tell you like, hey, something happened, but I don't elaborate on the thing that happened, you will stew in anxiety the rest of the day.
True story, bro.
Like she goes into full panic mode. And I get the same way with my friends. I don't know what it is about the stupid way that we love, but it takes a real big toll on us.
Well, because if it's something that we need to have time to discuss, then that's a big thing. Like if you say to me, hey, I have something to tell you, but it's going to be later, but don't worry, it's not bad. I can then usually cope with it. I'm curious now and I'm a little anxious, but I'll be better. But when I get like a, hey, we need to talk, don't have time right now sort of a thing, or like, hey, ... because who the fuck does that?
I don't do that.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Mom.
Oh,
Grandma.
Grandma.
You and your ...
Frickin' Gen X's, Mika's parents, who are Gen X's, they do the same thing. They use the ... how I guess you're supposed to use the ... In modern day text, don't send that if it's not a problem.
Yeah. When
Why
I
are
get a
you
hey ...
saying
I think everyone's died.
We need to have a talk. ...
Yeah. The world is exploding.
I just shit my
Everyone's
pants.
dead. You just shit my pants.
Yeah. Like what's
No ...
Don't say that.
dots. Don't do
There
that to
are 3 ...
millennials.
on
And
my
no
pants
thumbs
right now.
up.
Like, what
Stop
are we doing?
thumbs upping me. I don't want it.
It's passive aggressive and rude.
Yeah, that's all we have to say about that.
Anyway, what were we talking? Right.
Okay, so
I get why Rory didn't want to bring that up.
And so do you think it was good that Lorelai just, well, for the most part, kind of left it?
I feel like she could have said like, hey, I heard about this. Let's talk later. She doesn't tend to be reasonable like that, but I also think like the hinting at it was fine. It's kind of hard because, bringing it up wouldn't have started the conversation that needed to be had anyway, which is why when Rory said, like, you knew the whole day and you didn't tell me, it was also kind of complicated because when would she have been able to tell you, Rory? She didn't see you all day.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's kind of the hard thing. I don't think she was wrong for hinting at it to see if Rory was okay with talking about it in such a short amount of time, but I think it was brought up at the point in the day where it made the most sense.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, give me that teen perspective on Lorelai inviting Dean over.
Fucked up. So fucked up and not okay.
Agreed.
Hey, Lorelai, you want your daughter to start coming to you for things? Don't insert yourself in her life. This is a big thing. I understand so deeply that as a mom, especially a single mom, you are your child's life. Your child's life like is yours. You're completely responsible for it for so long. But when your kid gets to high school, especially, they have a life of their own. Mm-hmm. It's like when you're in a relationship, like all 3 of my friends, actually all of my friends, all 4 of us, we have been in relationships the past year, and it has been like, all of these have been our firsts, and all of them have gone into the shitter, right? So we've really learned, and we talk about it a lot, when you need to have separate lives from your partner. You both need to have your own lives going on, and then have your time together. Sorry, I'm sick. Same thing applies to mother-daughter relationships, to parent-kid relationships. And I don't want to go to my mom about something that's going on just to have her make it her thing so that she can have control over the situation. I totally get how Lorelai, especially just being young, thinking, oh, let's invite Dean over, like have a movie night, like this would be a sweet thing. And if Rory and Dean had been going out, that would have been totally appropriate. We had my guy come over and we would watch movies and hang out, all of us. It was never weird. And I wanted to because I love you and I love David. Yeah. And he got along with you guys amazingly.
Yeah, he did.
And Dean could very well get along with Lorelai. We saw it later. But Rory she never got to have her first date with this guy. She never got to genuinely have alone time where it was like this opportunity for them to get to know each other on even the level as just friends.
Yeah.
They never had that. And then Lorelai, because she doesn't feel like she has any control in this situation, needs to invite him to their place. At least do that and then don't be there, Lorelai.
Yeah, I would like to, can I interject a little bit? I agree that it was completely inappropriate, but I don't think it was coming from a place of her trying to control it.
I wanted to, yeah. No, when you're done, I was just going to say, I did want to clarify. Oh, hi, sweetie.
Pet your kitty.
Hi, baby. I was going to clarify that's not how exactly I meant.
Yeah, I think she genuinely, if anything, it came from trying to be the cool mom too far. She was like, we've already bumped into him. This will be really nice. It'll be helpful. I'm helping. I think it came from an actual pure place and not wanting to like control it, but thinking that she was helping.
Yeah.
Because she has always been so involved.
Well, and I think that is just a control thing. It's not, because when you hear the word controlling, like with a parent, it sounds very negative. That's, hi, David. It sounds very negative. That's not how I was saying it. It's just like you will try to help out and have some kind of control over a situation in a way that you think it's going to be like really positive.
I see what you're saying.
And that's what she was doing. So it wasn't a bad like Emily kind of controlling. Okay. It was just like, let me get behind the wheel for a second. Let me help. Let me get
because I can handle this better. I know how to get around this.
I have experience with boys. Yeah.
It was interesting watching. So we try not to watch it together, even though part of me wishes that we kind of did, but we know that we would just talk too much about it during it. So I was watching it downstairs and my partner was in the room. That was David, who Zoe just said hi to.
Hey, David.
And yeah, so he was in the room and he's never really watched it before.
Oh, yeah, this is cute.
And so, yeah, it was just really cute because he's like giggling away. And I thought he was just giggling, laughing at his phone. And I found out that he was actually just like laughing at the show. I'm like, oh, that's very sweet. Like, I wasn't even laughing.
He was enjoying it.
And he was actually enjoying it. But it was interesting seeing his perspective as not just somebody who hasn't watched the show before, but is also a male. But yeah, so it was interesting getting like a completely different perspective. So now we've got Rory and Lorelai and they're kind of fighting over it. And Rory is understandably upset.
Rory gets my W this episode.
Because she handles it well.
Yeah.
Considering. She's understandably upset. And Lorelai is kind of, they're going back and forth. They're having a little fight. And David just goes, is she always this manipulative? And I stopped and I took a step back.
He's talking about Lorelai?
He's talking about Lorelai.
Yeah.
And 100%. I don't think it was coming from a bad place. And some of the things she was saying, like, not the whole thing was manipulative, but she definitely was leaning into the, like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm such a bad mom sort of thing. She didn't say that exactly. I can't remember exactly what she said. But it definitely was more manipulative, whereas I was looking at it more like they're bantering. Lorelai's being, like, her silly bantering self, even though, and she's, like, a little embarrassed and she's upset. But, yeah, it definitely was being a bit more manipulative, kind of like Emily.
Yeah.
And so that was really interesting.
Exactly. And Lorelai has done that kind of thing since episode 1. And I think as you and me who have seen this perspective play out in our like real life and stuff, we very much have normalized in our life the best friend dynamic between a mother and daughter, which, don't get me wrong, there is something really special about that connection. But even with our relationship, there's been many times where, like, especially more so when I was younger, but it's where I've wished that dynamic could be a little stricter, could be more stern, because what happens is with how Lorelai acted to Rory, there's that manipulative aspect, and that can come from me in the situation or come from you. It happens just with that friendship dynamic in general, because it's things that may seem more appropriate to say to a friend, but when you're talking to your daughter, it's not about those little feelings of insecurity that Lorelai was then feeling from the situation. Yeah. It's not about, you're the mom. Like, it's, you just have to have a different reaction to it. Same with, like, Rory in a lot of situations, you have to have a different reaction to it when you're speaking to your mother. Like, there does need to be a difference there. So even when Lorelai isn't a bad person, and she's not trying to be a bad person, it just gets manipulative, because now Rory is responsible for feelings that a daughter shouldn't have to be responsible for. Yeah. And that's what makes it difficult with not having a dad or a partner in the picture, because then Lorelai doesn't have a different support system.
Yeah, I agree. And so it was just interesting getting that perspective from David, because I just saw her as being dramatic. Yeah. She was being like, oh yeah, it's always me, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, she's just being dramatic.
So it's supposed to be kind of funny.
And I'm just used to Lorelai. And so, yeah, Dave was like, she always this dramatic, or always this manipulative?
And
I'm
she
like,
can be super manipulative. She can. Both of them. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think that's just like a running theme in the show.
Because it tends to just be they just try to make it funny.
Yeah, you don't really pick up on it. So yeah, it was cool watching it with him.
And can I have one more point?
Yeah, please.
I was just gonna say, kind of that thing I was talking about earlier that's really important to my friends in having separate lives from your partner. And this could be like separate lives from your friends as well, but especially when you're in a romantic relationship, you need to have separate lives from each other. When one of you maybe has lost friends, or you just don't have other people hanging out with you in your life, or you're not getting along with your family, that's a very normal thing and it happens. But it's really hard when you go through months of all of that person's eggs being in your basket. You know, and I think with Lorelai, that very much is apparent there. Because, yeah, she has Suki, sure. But we were saying earlier, that friendship isn't reliable the way that it should be because of Suki's terrible advice and kind of lack of understanding in those situations. Lorelai has Lane, you know, and
You mean Rory?
sorry, Rory has Lane, and Lorelai was kind of upset that she went to Lane before her and that kind
But
of
that's
stuff.
what she should be doing.
Well,
she
exactly.
should be going to her friend.
In relationships, you need to have support systems all around you of different people that you can go to for different things. And that's why I really empathize with Lorelai. And I understood it with you for so many years because I was that reliable. I was always there. I always understood you. I understood why you do what you do. You understand why I do what I do. So relationships with you, because you've had your few over the years, it would get rocky, or they'd make you feel bad for being a parent and that kind of stuff. And I see a lot of that thing in Lorelai where it's like she comes home and the home is empty. She doesn't have someone else to go to.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have a brain to bounce these thoughts off of, because what would normally seem manipulative for her to approach Rory with can very easily be straightened out by talking to a partner before she speaks to Rory.
100%.
And that's the beautiful thing about having David.
Yeah.
Is I feel that you get to do that a lot there too, is you get to have this outside perspective on like the fights we get into. Because we get into fights. That happens. We'll get into a fight in front of David or something. He'll just be like scrolling on his phone. And I hope that you are able to talk to him
100%
about it afterwards.
100%.
And I want that for you because I have Mika and my girls.
And I'm so glad you have them.
And I'm so glad that you have David. I just think it's very important. No matter what kind of relationship you're in, you need to be trying to have people outside of that as well that you can go to for help.
Yeah, you don't want to get too codependent. And that was something that obviously has happened with us, but it's just kind of naturally what can happen, especially like single teen mom.
Single mom who works two jobs, who loves her kids and never stops.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's just, it does just happen. People fail you, they'll leave your life, situations go on, and then just for a while, you don't have others. But it gets bad when you stop trying.
Yeah. You're very wise.
You're very wise.
She's
so cute.
So,
sorry.
You scared her. Sorry. My cat has decided what was perfectly content and happy, all snuggled in. If you could hear her purring, I'm not sure. She was right up in my grill, and then Zoe shrieks. I'm sorry. Now she's gone.
Well, she's taking up space there.
So we're now at the house, and the movie's happening. Everything like that. And I just want to say, and there's nothing wrong with shy people. I am very grateful that you are not mousy and shy and quiet.
No.
Because as much as I love those types of people and I love
we understand it.
Being noisy for them,
yep,
I would have found it much harder to relate to you having to walk you through navigating that.
Yeah.
Because I would be, there's so many things that I don't think twice about. That even through becoming friends with more introverted people, neurodivergent people, just very different aspects of it. I was married to somebody who was very shy. Yeah. Things I never even thought about are so hard for other people. And I really sympathize with that. And it took me a long time to fully grasp it. So having a teenager or any kid that wouldn't be able to like naturally do the things that we do.
I only really struggled with it when I was coming out of homeschooling.
Yeah. And that's
when it got really bad.
And that's fair enough. But you moved out of it really, really fast.
I think as soon as we kind of came back from Langley and Surrey is when I really got that spark of confidence back. Like I kind of always had it, but in Langley and Surrey when we lived there, I was very, very insecure and very shut off from
and
people.
you were very, very sad out there. That wasn't a good time.
But I kind of earned that again coming here.
Yeah, you never were shy though.
No, I was never meek.
You got sad and quiet, but you were never shy. And so I'm just very grateful that you...
Are you saying that in the context of like how Rory would speak to Dean during the movie?
Just her entire like inability to have a normal conversation, coming in to grab Lorelai because she's feeling, which I actually thought was cute.
I did think it was cute.
It was super cute, but I'm just, I'm...
She's a bumbling mess. I think for me, like
we got excited about your first date and everything, but you were still very good to, I'm going on it, and this is what's happening.
Well, and I wasn't shy during it. Like, he was more quiet than I was because he was really nervous, and I thought that was sweet. But like we went to Walmart on our first date before, because we had a date before, but I thought we were just going out as friends.
Yeah.
So then this was the next day, and it was like an official date, and we were going to go to the movies. So we stopped at Walmart beforehand to pick up snacks, and we were just walking around. And my thing is, it's kind of, before I go on stage for theater, I have this mindset. It's basically just do or die. Mm-hmm. I can go out there and fuck up and not be like fake confidence, and everyone will know that I don't belong there, or I can just suck it up and do it. And the die part, that's not an option.
Yeah.
It is not an option for me to go out on stage and mess it up. That's why, like, I did my best performances as Pinocchio as soon as I hit the stage. I had so many people from our cast coming up after me, like, coming up to me after the shows and saying, like, I had no idea that, like, you were going to do that.
Yeah.
Because I just hadn't gotten confident enough in the character beforehand. Because there's no option in fucking up. So I kind of just, it's that way through life and my normal interactions at all. It's like I could go on that date with him and be awkward and not show who I am, and I can be quiet. Or I can be very outward on who I am, because then at least I know I tried.
Yeah.
And he loved that.
Like, of course he did.
It worked well.
And a lot of people can't do that.
A lot of people can't do
You and I naturally can. And the fact that you're able to just go on stage and you want to perform, and you're good at speaking with people, you're good at being around people. There's a lot of people that can't do that.
There's a lot of people
and
who just have that fear behind it.
That is not a bad thing. I love my shy friends. I adore them because I just get to be the
They
noisy,
need us.
obnoxious person in their life, and they get me to calm down when I need to calm down. So
who's going to order their food at restaurants if we're not there?
Exactly. When they get the wrong order, who's going to send it back for them? Because they're not wasting that money.
Yeah.
So I love shy people, but if I had to raise someone shy, I think it would have been very hard for us to relate the same way.
Well,
so I'm just very grateful that we bond so much,
that
and
you and I
had
have
that in common.
connection.
And
Because it was hell in your last marriage with how, because understandably he has his mental differences that also cause a lot of, his social things. But why was I, like, when I would be late to school in elementary school, I had to walk him into the office and talk to the office ladies because he was too scared to.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing just bled into every aspect of our lives.
I'm still unlearning that too with David, where I'm like, well, I can call the doctor for you, or I can set this up for you. He's like, why?
Yeah, he's an adult.
I'll call myself, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm like,
he's an adult man.
Okay, sorry.
And then it makes it nice to take care of them.
Yeah, because they don't really need us.
Have to.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm doing it because it'll make you happy, but not because you need me to.
Because you like to, not because they need to. Yeah, I think that's, I agree. It makes me really happy. I was asked by one of my best friends recently, because like I said, we all just came out of relationships, and I'm very lucky. It was my other friends that got out of worse ones compared to me. But I've seen what it did to them, and one of them, she just asked, she's like, how did you just immediately, I guess, basically set boundaries with the guy I was with? Because with her, it's like she loved her boyfriend so much that kind of her self-worth was pushed aside for everything he wanted. And that was a big struggle for her. And she was like, how was it not that way for you? Like, how were you just so confident and outright about what you needed and your boundaries? And I struggled. I did. It's my first relationship. Like, there was its ups and downs, but I didn't even know how to answer that, because it is really all about the way you're raised and the people you're with. Because I know with my mom, I would have never even had the option to have a boyfriend treat me
not
poorly
a fucking chance
at the beginning. Like, and as soon as, like, if I was going home and not telling my mom any details about the guy that I was going out with, that wouldn't have been okay, because she would know what was going on.
Yeah, I would have known instantly.
Yeah.
But you're you're leaps and bounds leaps and bounds ahead of most people. Because I could set boundaries with other people in life but that took me until like my 20s. I literally remember being 25 and being treated like shit by some people and going, oh, I'm fucking done.
Yeah.
Why have I ever tolerated this? And why do I care? But it took me till 25. And then to actually implement boundaries in my own relationships, that took me till David. That took me till my 30s. So the fact that you were already practicing that in your teenage relationship is very impressive and not normal in like a good way.
Yeah.
Like it's not
You're
the
a freak.
norm. And I'm very proud of you. And I was never.
Well, I learned it from you.
Well, that's very flattering because I don't feel like I demonstrated that as much as I could have.
No, but we were learning these lessons like as we were going through things, and I would look at what you were going through in your relationship and the way that you would treat people in your relationship, because since you were learning, you would have your moments where you would not be your proudest and stuff.
Definitely not.
Also, when you are being manipulated in your relationship, you become a control freak.
Yeah.
You become like constantly on edge that something is wrong. So when you get manipulated, you start to look like the bad guy. So there was also those situations where you would be pushed to doing things that wouldn't normally be acceptable because that's all you could do to kind of be in control.
Yeah.
So, and I always recognize that. I never blamed you for it.
Thanks, baby.
And I was just kind of learning those lessons too of I don't want to be treated like that.
No.
And I also knew it's like, you don't want to see me treated like that.
And I wouldn't let you be treated like that.
And I have my uncle, who's my mom's brother, who I love very much, and he would certainly never let me get treated like that. You know,
100%.
he was my male figure in my life that kind of set that fatherly, masculine kind of example through growing up. So he was also who I looked at as like, I know how I should be treated as well because my uncle treats me like that too.
Yeah. He always treated you like a princess.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of that, really quick shout out to Melissa, my sister-in-law.
His beautiful wife.
Yeah, because she
Silas,
actually
her baby.
she actually listens to the podcast.
And she was upset we didn't shout out last time.
So shout out, you are the best sister ever, and we love you and thank you for listening. But yeah, you're very wise beyond your years, and that makes me happy to know that. Because I did not show up great and choose great relationships for quite a while. They were never like quite as horrific as you see in TV shows, but there were some rough ones and rough goes.
Build up to being like that.
And so I was always worried that you maybe weren't seeing the greatest role model out of me in some of these instances, but it's nice to know. I mean, you had to have learned some of it from somewhere. And so I'm grateful that some of it was from me.
It was all completely from you because even our family wasn't always on your side with things, but because I was the only one that understood why you did what you did, it's like at least I always knew, okay, but they're wrong for telling me otherwise. And I think also watching my best friend, I won't say her name, like it's just one of my best friends, watching her go through one of the worst relationships I've seen and seeing why she was turned into someone that would look like the bad guy.
Yeah.
It makes me look at your relationships very differently too, because I now understand what emotional manipulation does to someone that has the ability to be very trusting and very loving and very like what it can do to someone who isn't jealous.
Yeah, and it makes you crazy.
It destroys you.
Yeah,
it takes
makes
away.
You feel so crazy.
You are stretched so thin to the point of breaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful to be out of all of that, and I'm just so happy that you're so smart.
I'm so happy. You're so smart. We learn a lot from each other.
Yeah, we do. You've taught me a lot. I know that that's like a complicated thing. Like a lot of people are like, you shouldn't share too much with your kids, but I was always very honest with Zoe on what I was going through because I didn't feel like kids are perceptive. They know stuff's going on.
And
so
I was one of your main support systems.
Yeah.
Like it's just how it ended up being.
I didn't want to lie to you and pretend everything was fine because it wasn't. And it wasn't, I didn't feel it was fair to do that. And maybe I overshared sometimes, but
it happens.
You were always good at also giving me an outside perspective. And you were good at telling me when I was wrong, but you were also very good. I can beat myself up.
A
lot. And so you would always come in and
can.
be like, hey, not to be biased because you're my mom, but you're not actually shit. Like you aren't being bad. You're not this huge loser. you aren't showing up poorly. This is what's going. And so, yeah, I just appreciated you being there for me.
Yeah, well, moms carry a lot of guilt for everything that they do because it's, even if it has nothing to do with necessarily me, everything you do, you're fed is like the reflection of the kind of parent you are.
Yeah.
Like, oh, do you want your daughter to grow up feeling like this? Like, it's used as some threat against moms every time they make a mistake. And I know that you carry a lot of guilt for a lot of things that maybe you shouldn't have done with me or shouldn't have been communicated the way they were communicated with me. Like, I know within our own situations, there's a lot that really hurt you still. And like, I really try to stress to you, because a lot of those things have hurt me, have hurt me really bad. And they're things that have taught me a lot of lessons and are going to stick with me for life. But the thing about that is I know what kind of person you are. I know the parent you are. I know how much those things have hurt you. I know how much guilt you carry over them. And it hurts me so much because any little thing a parent does, you can look at your kid in a slightly scary way when they do something that should rightfully get them in trouble. And something as small as that will stick with that kid for life, just because that's how young growing brains work. So as much as those things might have hurt me and stayed with me, I don't hold them against you. They're just things that are stuck with like my psyche. And that's how it works. And that's how growing up, that's how your brain forms. But I'm not angry at you for it. And I don't hold resentment. I am completely understanding of it all. And it hurts me so much to see the amount of guilt that you hold because it isn't fair. And then it makes it hard for me to open up about them because I don't want to guilt you.
I'm sorry if I take it as guilt. I want you to be able to open up to me on those things. And I can
the natural feeling
I can work on that. I just never wanted to fail you. And like I've said before, there's so many things I would do differently now.
Me too.
And it does stick with me.
It sticks with
where
every
I
mom.
failed you. So I can work on not carrying that guilt so you can talk to me about the things.
You're carrying it, like, look at the words you're choosing to use. Fail me. Look at me. Do I look failed? Do I sound failed?
I mean, it depends.
You made mistakes and you were so young. Like most parents, especially older parents, most people my age have, Gen X's as their parents. And when they make mistakes, they don't apologize for them. They don't recognize it the same way. Like those dynamics between these older parents and these very young kids can be really, really rough. Like you have made up in every sense of the word for everything that you have put me through or that I've put you through. Like we've worked on that. We're okay. I haven't been failed. And look at how much you hate yourself that you're using the word fail.
Okay.
It's not fair.
You're right.
This isn't some school test. Like this is your first time living too. Every mom makes mistakes that will probably stick with them forever. But do you think I'm failed?
No.
Do you like the person I have turned into? Do you think that there are problems?
I adore the person you've turned into, but I do think there are problems.
Well, we don't need to get into that. But there are not failures.
Okay.
I don't think there are failures within me.
I love you.
I love you too.
Well, thanks for that.
Yeah. If you had really failed me, I wouldn't love myself to the point of wanting to fix the things that might have hurt me a little too deep. Like I would be giving up on myself.
Don't give up on yourself.
Exactly. I'm not giving up on myself.
Don't do it, Zoe.
And I do it for you. Who else would I do it with? You've been in my life the longest.
And I better myself for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, every single week you become a stronger version of yourself.
Same to you, baby.
Yeah. You're a completely different person than you were like last year.
Thank you.
Also, shout out David for really helping with that too.
Yeah, my partner really is the best.
You found a really, really good person, and he really helps. And you know what? I'll never admit this, but we really did need a guy around.
Yeah.
I think it really, we had a female roommate. You had a female partner. Mm-hmm. Our female roommate had a female partner. Yep. We were kind of just relying on my grandma for a while. Like, it was just woman after woman after woman, which is beautiful. It's a beautiful support system.
But I hate to say it.
Emotionally, we
needed a a man to
with
come
male
in
energy.
and level us out a little
A
bit.
bit of that simplicity.
And a white man.
A white man. With
No!
A ginger white man.
He's kind of blonde.
He's ginger.
Got a ginger beard.
He's got a ginger beard.
But he is the best, and he really did. Yeah, he changed our lives.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like I do believe like no matter like kind of what circle of life you come from, masculine and feminine energies kind of need to be present, and that masculine energy can come from a woman. Like it's just there's different dynamics of where it comes from, but there were many points in my life where like I lacked one over the other.
We just have so many emotional people in our lives, like so many emotional, dramatic people, and we love it.
Sensitive.
We love it. It's something that is not a bad thing, but David comes in and is very stable and reasonable and
very intellectual
and calm
yeah
and patient. So patient. Yeah. But we're over an hour on this podcast and we have not finished this.
We're over an hour.
So we're going to round back and we're going to come from that beautiful therapeutic session and change it up with pizza.
Pizza.
If you're inviting somebody over that you don't know and you're going to order pizza, this was David's perspective again. He goes, why would you order pizza with everything on it? Why wouldn't you order
cheese pizza?
Plain pizza.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, when it comes to a boy, it's like you're right in assuming
you're
he'll
probably
eat
right.
anything. But
David's telling me, he's like, that pizza looks disgusting. And why would you put everything on a pizza
why
for someone
are they
you don't know?
trying to spend more money on takeout?
They spend so much money.
That's insane.
Even all that candy they bought, it came to $48. I'm like, that's actually expensive.
So that's also something I was going to bring up. Such a different dynamic from us.
Yeah.
Going to the store, and I mean, it also just comes from like body dysmorphia or whatever.
Yeah, that too.
But it's like my mom and I never go to the store and just load up on junk food. I'm the one that's like, we should get this and we should get this, and my mom's like, no.
We used to. When you were a kid, we have the all-nighters and we used to get tons of candy and junk and stuff.
Different. David is the one that is putting all the junk food in our cart.
This episode should just be labeled David. Yeah, I have to.
Like, no, we don't need that.
I do. I have to rein it in. I'm like, why do we need that new weird sauce?
And David's like, okay, but I'm gonna make it. And then we look into our fridge and we have 50 different sauces we don't use.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And then he'll get mad that the fridge is disorganized. I'm like, stop buying.
God forbid you take that man to a farmer's market.
I mean, don't take him to a farmer's market.
But you are coming home with everything.
Yeah, you're going to be spoiled. I did say to him the other day, I'm like, maybe I should start grocery shopping without you, because we'll be like, we'll go for a quick shop and we come out with a $300 shop.
So many things.
But anyway, pizza.
We
need to talk about this episode. What is going on?
Okay, well, we talked about pizza.
Okay.
What do you feel? Because Rory is an insecure little thing, and she has to run away to powder her nose.
Yeah, she goes and washes her face. I wanted to ask you
for 15 minutes.
What did you think about the conversation Lorelai had with Dean? I thought it was kind of okay.
Loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was sweet.
I think like it's one of those things where, yeah, like in a perfect world, some things would have been said a little differently.
Agreed.
But I like, especially by Dean too. But I enjoyed what he said. For those of you that don't know,
yeah, I thought he turned around and had a good response.
Yeah, it was this conversation where Rory left. And Lorelai she said the typical mom speech. It's like, I want you to know, everyone in this town loves Rory. She is our life. Don't hurt her or we'll fuck you up. You know, it was that kind of thing. And she's like, you have no idea how close my daughter and I are. Like, I will hear everything and I will be the one to help her through all of this.
Yeah.
And he said to her, he's like, listen, you can't hate me. You can turn the whole town against me. But basically what he's saying is, I don't think that you should be instilling fear into me, because that's already starting a dynamic of dislike, basically, between the two of us. Like, he's saying, I don't want to start it with this expectation that I'm going to hurt her and that you're hating me. I like you. I want us to be friends.
Yeah. Well, he came around and he was just like, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm in this. So you can turn everybody against me if you want, but I'm not going anywhere. It's not going to scare me away. But also, I need you to like me, or I have no shot with Rory.
Exactly.
Like,
You worded that better than I did.
Yeah, he instantly was on like, I know how important you are to Rory, so I need you to not hate me.
Or I have no shot at this.
Or else I won't have a shot. So can we be a team? And then Lorelai's like, yeah, okay, I want to like you. Like, I really do. And so I thought it was actually a really cute conversation. The only thing I thought was weird about is, why are they on the floor?
Yeah.
They got this perfectly good couch.
That's so me, though.
Why are they on the floor?
Sitting on the floor.
All three of them? I don't know.
I love that. Well, I think it's also their
kinda weird.
TV. Isn't their TV more on the floor?
I actually don't know.
I think their TV is lower.
Is it? Oh,
they have like
weird.
one of those boxier TVs that's like lower to the floor, I think.
Oh, okay. Maybe that makes a bit more sense then.
I think that's how I picture it, just because the TV light was shining on them. Well, I mean, it's a TV show, so they need it to shine on them. But it's like they're sitting on the floor and the TV's completely shining on them.
Then
so
fine.
But I do think it was good because what I liked about it is, like a mom and like you would, it's Lorelai needs to let the boy know that she has power over the situation. Like, it's like yeah. So she asserted her power, but that kind of power, whether or not you're going to argue it's fair, is manipulative. Yeah, it's a way to manipulate, and it's not bad. With Lorelai's history with high school, boys, she has the right to be nervous. But what he did, which was very smart, was bring her back to the ground while still giving her power. It was just making her look at that power a little differently. Like, yeah, you can control me, but it's also, I need you to like me so you can use your power for good.
I was going to say,
use
your power for good.
Yeah,
100%.
Like he just kind of, he words it in a
well.
different way where she is still the one in control. And it's like him saying, it's like when a cat turns their belly over to another cat.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he was doing. He was like me, because we'll both benefit from this.
Yeah, 100%.
You're like my alpha, like a little wolf.
no
I'm
alphas, no wolves. And then we have the really cute ending. I liked how it ended with them gabbing on the bed together finally about the kiss.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cute. I'm glad that it came back around. Lorelai expressed, reasonably so, she's like, I'm sad you didn't share with me.
Yep.
But
she didn't really have the time.
But I get it, and we're fine.
Yeah.
But then Rory turns on, she's like, can I share it with you now? And it was really cute. So I really liked this episode. I think we could get to our L and W's.
W, I already said. I gave it to Rory.
I give my W's to, I tied for Lane and Luke for both being good friends and trying to be voices of reasons.
There. Luke was going to be my other one.
Yeah. So, and then my L goes to Lorelai.
My L goes to Lorelai, but honorable mention for Dean kissing Rory without any express permission. Because, like, you don't need to, like, there's a lot of talk around consent and like what consent is nowadays. And I think when you're young, consent should very well be verbalized a lot of the time because teenagers don't know what they're doing and they're not great at reading body language.
Right. But this was the 90s and no one knew about consent.
Yeah. So I think a big thing with consent is like you can consent to something without directly saying it a lot of the time. Like it is just going with the feeling of the situation. And there was none of that. Yeah. She did not look like she wanted to be kissed. They did not like look into each other's eyes.
No, she wanted her fucking pop.
She wanted to see what was behind his back, and then he just stole her kiss.
Yeah,
like
agreed.
That is lame. So
that's also a good. They can have a tie for the loss.
He needs a consent talk because if that dynamic goes on further into the relationship, that's not going to be good.
No, agreed.
Actually, scary.
Did you have a favorite line?
I didn't. I actually didn't have any references aside from the God one that I wrote down. There was a lot of silly things, but that's why I just gave up on writing them.
My favorite line, again, there was a lot of funny ones, but I really liked, I wish Lane's mom, when Lorelai looks at the chair and she goes, oh, it's bigger than I remember. She goes, it's been 6 weeks. It grew.
That's funny.
Who leaves a chair somewhere that you're supposed to pick up in the same small town as you for 6 weeks?
Lorelai, because she's irresponsible.
Yeah, very irresponsible.
That's crazy.
And then your favorite outfit was Pilgrim.
Very silly.
My favorite outfit, Lorelai's in the fridge, the broken fridge, and she's in these cute jeans. She's got these bright pink shoes, and it's a blue paisley multicolor shirt and a crochet bandana.
Yeah, that outfit was really
I would
cute.
wear that entire thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely obsessed.
And yeah, Pilgrim was my best fit.
And then
do you have a song?
I do. There wasn't any songs directly, but they referenced one of my favorite 90s, 2000s singers, Liz Phair. And she's got great songs. I'm going to throw out her most popular one because it's a banger and it was in tons of rom-coms during the air, and it's Why Can't I?
Which one's that?
I played that for you. It's like, why can't I breathe whenever I think about you?
I love that one.
Yeah.
So we'll add that.
Yeah. So again, that is on Spotify. We're going to move it to
That is on Spotify.
That is on Spotify. And it's on the Where You Lead podcast playlist. And we'll be adding our favorite songs per episode. So we have a good playlist for when we go to Europe.
What's our email again if people want to
whereyouleadpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. So if you have any song suggestions or
questions,
anything to do with this, if you have suggestions on where you think we should hit up when we go throughout Europe, or any questions you even have about that trip, like maybe you're from Europe. And
we could use the
have
help.
A favorite spot,
I was looking over some more things yesterday, but I want to sit with you. I realized we actually haven't sat together to do any of the planning, so I have some things I want to go over with you.
Disappointing. My ex, his sister, lives in London.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to know if she knew any local spots for us to go to.
My girl Pep.
Oh, is she gonna be there when we go?
Possibly. She'll be in Europe, but she goes to the Scotland and lives in a really cute island in Scotland.
Go to Scotland.
But shout out to Pep, one of my
hello Pep,
favorite humans, one of my besties. She
can't tell by her name, she's British.
Yeah, she just moved back to the UK, but she was here for a bit, and she may be back here before we go, which would be kind of shitty because we don't get to see her. But she said she'd hook us up in London, so that's covered. We are on to. Let's rate it, baby.
The rate. So I gave it like a 3.5 out of 5. I think that's more. I was thinking more on the entertainment scale of things. I think it was one of those episodes where, because like not a lot actually happened, it was just like this is an okay episode to be in there. I think when it comes to the conversations we've had and the emotional complexity of it, then I would give it a 4.
Okay, because I gave it a 4.
Yeah,
we can agree on a 4.
We can agree on a 4.
Okay. Yeah. This was a very good episode.
You want to know
this is an enlightening time with you.
Yeah. I think I've been wanting more of these conversations. I know you've been nervous about, making sure it doesn't go too long.
We're at an hour and a half, but it's okay.
But I think
free therapy.
I'm not going to listen to a podcast. Like for me, the podcasts I listen to are podcasts where I can actually learn something and hear discussions I don't tend to have every day had by other people. And that's what I wanted to come out of this podcast, because we do have valuable things to share. Yeah. And it goes beyond the things that are actually happening in these episodes.
Oh, 100%. I did not want this to be strictly about these Gilmore Girls episodes.
Yeah, because we know that these fucking characters have a lot to learn.
There's a lot of baggage, but as I said in the beginning, as I've said every episode, this was a bonding experience. Yeah. And I really feel grateful for this particular episode, especially. And we just haven't seen a lot of each other lately, because I'm just so happy you're so busy with friends and school, and I've got work and everything, but I miss you. And I miss you too. This has been lovely. Mm-hmm.
I have one last thing to say.
Okay, please say it.
One last comment. I forgot to share about how my week's going.
Oh, okay.
I, especially with like the breakup and everything, I've been sad, and I haven't been occupying, because I used to see him every single day, and like it got to a point like Mom and David were annoyed.
That's not true.
Well, you wanted to see a little more of me than you were.
That's true. We missed you, but we weren't annoyed.
But I understood the frustration there. Like he was, because we were always at my house too, so it was like he was here every day from like morning till middle of the night, or he'd sleep over on the couch. Like we were always hanging out. Yeah. And I miss that a lot. There's been a lot of grief there, so I have a lot more free time, because I love my friends, but I don't want to see them that often, not every single day. I do like my alone time. And that's been good, because I lost enjoying being by myself when I was with him. So I do enjoy that. I've been doing my own acrylic nails. I've been putting in a lot of effort on learning new makeup techniques. My room has been consistently, genuinely clean for weeks now. That is absolutely a record for me. It is not easy for me to keep my space clean. So I've been happy about that. And I keep starting new TV shows to kind of keep myself occupied. And I'll get all the way to the last season, and then I'll stop, because if I finish the show, it makes me sad, because that means it has ended. So I went through Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I had gone through The Office.
All great choices.
Was another one that, I went through Schitt's Creek. I went through New Girl.
The best.
But I stopped like 2 seasons before the end, because New Girl gets kind of meh. As soon as Schmidt and Cece have their baby, I don't really care. But I am now watching Malcolm in the Middle.
Ah, yes, the reboot's coming up.
And oh my God, I love Lois.
She is so great.
Poor fucking Lois. There was this one episode.
Girl.
I'm sorry. Everyone listen to me. You can close off. What I'm about to say might not be the most important, but do listen. I know that it was when did the show come out? The early 2000s?
Something like that, yeah.
I know that things were different, but there's one episode where Lois's husband forgets it's her birthday, and she takes her 3 sons shopping to get her birthday gifts, and they spend like $10 on her, and then the rest of the money she gave them on candy for themselves. So she freaks out, she sobs, and then she leaves, and she spends the day at a batting cage just hanging out with herself. And they come over, and she says to them, she's like, okay, well, I'm not coming home unless you guys stop leaving your laundry everywhere. And she lists all these things, and they say, yeah, we can do that. And she says, oh, so it's that easy. Then why do I ever have to ask? I deserve some basic human decency. And she words it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful speech. It's something out of Fleabag, you know? She words it so well. And she says, I deserve consideration. Why do I need to ask any of this from you? And then there's this big pause, and her husband's great. Like, Hal is supposed to be great. But there's this big pause, and you expect him to say something beautiful, and he says, oh, honey, like, we're not capable of that.
What?
Yeah, he says, he goes on the speech, he says, we'll never be able to do things without you asking. Well, look at us. We can't take care of ourselves without you. We need you to do all these things, but that means you're in control. We're completely at your mercy to boss around. You can tell us to do anything.
What the fuck?
And we'll be
Weaponized
here.
incompetence at its finest. That's crazy.
And that's the conclusion there.
Ew, I hate that.
She goes home after he says, like, no, actually, like, we will always have to rely on you. We're sorry. And then she just has to go home to that. And she seems kind of satisfied with it because they end up beating someone up that disrespects her. But it made me so sad because she's made to be this really evil, overly emotional, just like kind of how young irresponsible boys view their mother. But I feel so bad for her, and it's honestly made kind of watching the show sad because every episode is just centered around how terrible she is, basically. And it makes me really sad because I think she's lovely, and honestly she reminds me of you.
Oh
no, it's like, because that's exactly how a mom would act if she was brought to her fucking breaking point. Like, the way she gets emotional and she speaks her mind. And she's like, why would you do this? And if someone disrespects her boys, she puts them in their fucking place. At a restaurant, she was out with one of the boys' like mothers, and she was like, no, my friend didn't order this. Like, are you serious? You gave it to that other guy. Why aren't you giving it to my friend? This is the wrong order. Like, she's just very outspoken in that way. She's a wonderful person.
I protect the family.
And she's very much like you. And it makes me mad when she's so mistreated. And it's just like, okay. And she deserved that daughter. She should have had a daughter. They gave her another fucking son.
Fucking sons.
Anyway, watch Malcolm in the Middle before the reboot comes out. It's really good.
If you need a show to watch, I really want you to give Parks and Rec a try, starting end of season 2, season 3.
Because that's when she gets with the guy?
Yes, that's when it, like, just skip the first few seasons because you haven't really watched through it.
No.
And David won me over, and it's now one of my favorites.
Well, that one guy I really like as an actor.
Yeah.
The tiny one.
Aziz Ansari.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
so
he's
funny.
really funny. I also want to watch Community.
Oh, yeah.
Because I love Troy and Abed.
Troy and Abed in
Except
the morning.
I don't like the other two characters. I don't like the blonde female.
Oh, that's fair. Britta.
And I don't like the main dude. He has
you're not
such
supposed
a
to.
punchable face.
Yeah, you're not
I can't
supposed to
stand
like him for quite a while.
Oh, I just want a show of only Troy and Abed.
Yeah, we all did.
Troy and Abed
in the morning. Okay.
Anyway.
All right, guys. Well, if we don't get an episode out, but I'm hoping we will before Halloween. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Please be safe. Eat lots of treats. Dress like a slut. Dress scary. Dress however you want, but make sure you're having fun.
Don't dress up.
Yeah. Well, no, you should dress up. Always. There's always a reason to dress up.
Melissa might not dress up.
Melissa, dress up.
Melissa.
Dress up to match your baby.
You gotta dress up to match your baby. Dress up as a baby.
I adore you.
I adore you, Mama.
All right. You are the Rory to my Lorelai.
And you're the Lorelai of my Rory.
Love you, baby.
I love you.
Bye.